abundance of research over the last 30 years has linked regular physical activity to better health, longevity, and in general an overall improved quality of life. Yet, more than 60% of adults don't achieve the recommended amount of physical activity, and an astounding 25% aren't active at all. Also, nearly half of our young people aged 12 to 21 are not vigorously active on a regular basis. Welcome to the Fitness and Wellness for a Lifetime Concept Series. I'm your host, Dr. Steve Ball, an exercise scientist and certified strength and conditioning specialist with the University of Missouri at Columbia. This video series is designed to serve several purposes. It will prepare you to become more physically active, teach you how to live a healthy way of life, and provide you with the skills and knowledge to be a good fitness and wellness consumer. We can consider the objectives of this series on a stairway. Many of us start at the bottom with dependent behavior. Someone else knows what's good for us and directs us to act. If we do this behavior, we gain temporary benefits. A good example is when someone is pressured into losing weight, but later gains it all back. Dependent behavior only works for a little while and ultimately ends in failure. This is where most fitness programs stop and why most fail. You need to make a long-term commitment to improving your lifestyle, or you're generally wasting your time. The goal of this series is to help you move beyond dependent behavior by teaching you self-assessment and self-management skills, which will help you become an independent problem solver at the top of the stairway. That's not to say you'll never need consultation from professionals, but this series will teach you skills necessary to be fit and well for a lifetime. Let's start by defining some basic terms and ideas that will help you understand what will be covered in subsequent video segments. Physical fitness is the body's ability to function effectively and efficiently. It's a product achieved through healthy behaviors such as being physically active on a regular basis. The saying, "If you don't use it, you'll lose it," is quite true in this case. You need physical fitness for several reasons. To get through the day without being fatigued, for your health, for leisure time activities like playing with your kids, and even for emergencies such as changing a flat tire or running for help. Physical fitness is multidimensional and can be divided into two types of fitness: health-related and skill-related. Health-related fitness has important implications for health, as the name implies, and has 5 components. Cardiovascular fitness is the ability of the body to deliver oxygen effectively and efficiently so that you can sustain activity for a relatively long period of time. Although all parts of health-related fitness are important, cardiovascular fitness is generally considered to be the most important because it's related to disease prevention. Muscular endurance is the ability to do muscular work for an extended period of time. It refers to the endurance of specific muscle fibers, so don't confuse it with cardiovascular endurance because it's quite different. A good example of muscular endurance would be if you went for a jog, and although your cardiovascular system or endurance was high, you couldn't keep going because your leg muscles got tired too quickly. Muscular strength is the ability to do muscular work of a great magnitude for a short period of time. Although it's similar to muscular endurance, it's not the same. For example, being able to lift 200 pounds once would be an example of muscular strength, while lifting a lighter weight for many repetitions would be muscular endurance. It's possible that a person may have good muscular strength but poor muscular endurance. Flexibility refers to the ability of a joint to move freely through its full normal range of motion. The term normal is used because in some instances it may not be safe to stretch beyond that range of motion. For example, you don't want to hyperextend your spine too far backwards. The final component of health-related fitness is body composition. Although technically, body composition is defined as everything that makes up the body, it mostly refers to the relative amounts of fat versus non-fat tissue in the body. In this series, we'll focus heavily on these 5 components of health-related fitness because they contribute to your quality of life and help to prevent certain life-threatening diseases. They're also highly controllable. The second branch of physical fitness is skill-related fitness. It has 6 components that are related mostly to skill or performance in athletics. Agility refers to the ability to change direction quickly. For example, wrestlers have good agility. Balance is the ability to maintain static or dynamic equilibrium. This is an important skill for gymnasts. Coordination is the ability to use the senses in conjunction with body parts. For example, eye-hand coordination. Speed is the ability to move the body as rapidly as possible from one point to another, which is useful in most sports. Power is strength times speed and can be seen when a lineman explodes off the line of scrimmage or when an athlete completes a power clean. Reaction time is the ability to respond to certain stimuli quickly. A soccer player blocking a shot is a good example of this. Skill-related fitness is highly dependent on genetics, so individuals don't have much control over its components. They're important if you want to be a good athlete, but unnecessary for health and wellness. Therefore, the focus in this series will mostly be on health-related fitness. The title of this series is Fitness and Wellness for a Lifetime. We just defined fitness, but what about wellness? What is wellness? Wellness is the positive component of health. Often, we think if someone is not sick, then he or she is healthy. Not necessarily. Health is more than freedom from disease because it includes wellness. Wellness is multidimensional in nature and includes such aspects as physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and intellectual wellness. You have to have all aspects of wellness to be truly healthy, even though in this series we're going to focus mostly on the physical aspect of wellness. Heredity and the environment are also responsible for your health, but since we have very little control over these things, we'll try to focus our efforts on the process of living healthy. Healthy lifestyles are the behaviors that promote wellness and physical fitness. Healthy lifestyles include regular physical activity, eating properly, managing stress, complying with medical advice, practicing safe sex, learning first aid and safety practices, protecting the environment, and managing time well. These behaviors are processes, not products. So it's through these processes that you achieve the end products, which are fitness, wellness, and health. A key point to remember is that you can only control the products through the processes, so focus mostly on these behaviors. For example, develop a process-oriented goal by challenging yourself to go to the gym 4 times this week, versus setting a product-oriented goal of losing 3 pounds this week. The good news is, most people realize that having good fitness contributes to their wellness and health. The bad news is, most people aren't active enough to have a good level of fitness. The philosophy of this series is simple. First, it begins with promoting health. Secondly, this program is for everyone. Thirdly, it's for a lifetime. It's not something we want to do temporarily. And finally, it has to be personal. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You are who you are, and you can only do what you can do. We call this the HELP philosophy, and if you follow it, you'll climb the stairway to fitness and wellness for a lifetime. I'm Steve Ball.